LoreWarrior Online. INI-02 Initiate. Overview. Immediately after word of Blake conquered Terra, technicians began reopening and repairing mothballed factories. The Initiate, the first mech to walk out of one of these refurbished factories, comes from the Martinson Armaments Production Centre that once produced the Spartan. And though the Martinson factory was destroyed when Stefan Amaris took Terra some 3 centuries prior, it was repaired in a surprisingly short time, and now produces Initiates as well as Spartans. The Initiate design was based in part on the Albatross, sharing many of that assault mech's weapon systems and imitating its eclectic weapons mix. Capabilities. Loaded with weapons and armour, the Initiate's only drawback is a decided lack of speed and manoeuvrability. At long range, the LRM provides quite a bit of punch for a mech of this size, and the Initiate's firepower is stronger as it closes in. The combined punch of the ER small lasers, the medium lasers, and the SRM can disable smaller mechs quickly and efficiently, and the anti-missile system defends the mech from incoming missile barrage. Deployment. Production of the Initiate continues at record speed, and each one quickly gets a pilot. Initiates are being spread equally among all Word of Blake divisions. So, stat-wise, mass of 40 ton, chassis the Geometric 1000 Endo Steel. Its power plant is the LTV 160 with a cruise of 43 kph and a max speed of 65 kph. It has no jump jets and no jump capacity. Its armour is the Strasbourg Armaments Type 3, and its armament is 3 diverse optics extended range small lasers with 2 Irian Weapon Works Super 6 medium lasers and a single Irian Weapon Works version 7 LRM-15 launcher. It also has a Irian Weapon Works 60mm SRM-6 and a MacArthur AMS. It's manufactured by Martinson Armaments, with its primary factory on Australia, on Terra. Its communication system is the Blow 55 Net, and its targeting and tracking is the Scope 2000. As you can see, I'm not really taking this one seriously because it's fucking Word of Blake. So, basically, it's a 40-tonner that is armoured up the wazoo. So basically, this thing is super well equipped with weaponry and has actually decent armour, but we'll get to that in a second. It can walk 4, run 6, so quite slow for a 40-tonner. It has 11 double heat sinks for 22 heat dissipation. But the armour is 9 on the head, 17 on the CT with 6 on the rear, 15 on the right and left torso with 5 on the rear, and 12 on the right and left arm, and 20 on the legs. Its 2 medium lasers are located in the left arm. Its 3 ER smalls are located in the right arm, hence the gigantic arm there for those weapons, apparently. The LRM-15 is located in the left torso, with 8 rounds of ammo, by the way, also in the left torso. It has an anti-missile system in the left torso, which, is the Gatling Captain thing there, with 12 rounds of ammunition also in the left torso. It's case protected there. The SRM-6 is in the right torso, with 15 shots of for its ammo also in the right torso. And, it looks pretty fucking stupid. But are we really surprised about this? No, not really. Not really. An interesting note is that on the right arm, there are 2 laser bits, right? And then it looks like some kind of exhaust bit in the middle there. And then there's this other thing that looks like a gun that you can see pointing down, and the nozzle pointing out between those 2. So is that the third? Is it? What is that? Is that like a machine gun that the artist got a bit sort of, well, I'll put a gun on there. No, it doesn't have a gun there. No, I've put a machine gun. It looks like it. I don't know if it's supposed to be, maybe it's part of the AMS. I don't know. It's just there. You can see it. Now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. It's dopey. It's got its power pose. You can imagine its big swinging Word of Blake balls in the middle of it. It's just, this is min-maxed to fuck, right? This is one of those things, again, where it's like, it's the Word of Blake, they're amazing, they're like the greatest villains we've ever made, and they're gonna totally kick the ass of the Inner Sphere, and it's really fucking irritating. Annoyingly, Namat's found a really good miniature of this, that a 3D model that we can turn into a mini. So maybe at some point in the future, the Initiate might have to appear on the field just to get fucking mullered. But it's an effective system. 22 heat dissipation for a 40-tonner that can engage at long range, at short range, at medium range. It's got an AMS. I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't got Beagle, Tag, and fucking ECM built into it as well. 40 tons. Its only drawback is that it's relatively slow for its weight class, which means it will struggle to deal with faster mechs in a scrum, and it can get shot in the back quite easily, especially by anything jump capable or just fast enough to do so. But outside of that, this thing is well equipped and more than adequate to the job, and I'm not genuinely not surprised with this, because yeah, the Word of Blake stuff has to be written to be superior in every way. There's no single drawback. Oh, they're being produced at an incredible speed because, you know, Word of Blake. Fucking. Do I dislike the look of it or not though? If like put Word of Blake aside, I don't hate it. I don't like it. The head bit with the crosshair thing, it's just weird looking. I kind of like the missile launcher on the top, and you know I don't like the right arm with the gigantic barrels for the small lasers. It would have made sense if that had been maybe like a hand that had a brace of the lasers around it or something like that instead, similar to things like the Axeman. Would have been a bit better. It just looks a bit weird with these gigantic barrels, and then it's 3 ER smalls, and the two medium lasers are smaller than the 3 ER small hand. It's a bit weird. Yeah, it's a mech. It's not that interesting, unfortunately. The write-up for it isn't that interesting either. It's pretty plain. I'm actually surprised they didn't work in a war crime into it. It's like, and you know, being said like, and the plant is powered by civilians being shoved into the machinery to grease the belts of the fucking conveyors or something like that. You know, because Word of Blake. Something along those lines. I'm surprised they didn't do that. Plus, also, what a kick to the balls of Australia to have it that, you know, oh yeah, that this thing is made in Australia. Oh, I'm sorry, everyone in Oz. I'm sorry that a Word of Blake mech has to be made in Australia. It's like it could have been something glorious. You know, it could have been a great Innisphere mech. Instead, it's this, and yeah, I don't think that's a stain that'll ever be removed from FASA for what they did there. They shouldn't have done that to the Aussies. What did the Aussies do that deserve that they have to have a bloody Word of Blake mech made there, eh? Ridiculous. Also, I'm struggling to see the bit where it was based in part on the Albatross. What part of it was based on the Albatross? What part? Because I could say there's lots of mechs that things could be based on. I don't know. It doesn't share any of its design thing with the Albatross or anything like that. It's strange. It's just throwing out names. Spartan, Albatross. These are mechs that you like more than this thing. It's like trying to boost its acceptability by saying like, oh no, but it's good by association. Look, here it is next to an Albatross. Here it is next to a Spartan. You like these mechs, guys, right? Please like the Initiate, please buy the miniature of the Initiate. Nah, you're all right. I've got better things to do. Anyway, that's the Initiate. Not much. The 3060 write-ups don't have a hell of a lot of text, so unfortunately, that's where we are with the 3060 TRO. It got a little bit lazy with some of the write-ups, unfortunately, and there's no sort of rewrites or upgrades or updates of them. Some of these might be handled in some of the Il-Clan PDFs that they've been producing over the last few years. I'll get round to ordering them at some point. I'll go through them because they've got their own little updated write-ups and better artwork, which is always nice. But yeah, I'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, have a good one, everybody. Thanks for listening, as always, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.